the Palestinians invaders fighting their lies. People around the world need to understand that the pro-Palestinian protesters are threatening not only Israel but also you, your kids, spouses, siblings, parents, friends, and neighbors. They do this by corrupting, fooling, and blinding your minds from seeing good versus evil, truth versus lies, and right versus wrong. They are weakening the free world by corrupting our morals and values. To add to this, they incite hatred and violence and are trying to turn the world against good. Islam has destroyed the Arabs, the Persians, and many nations in Africa and the Middle East. They are planning to do the same to America, Europe, and Asia. Then, to top it all, they will drag nations and people to go to war against Israel, which will lead those who join to be punished and destroyed by Elohim.
In our often twisted world, many people, including so many students, are attracted to lies and wicked ways while rejecting goodness and truth. This gives the pro-Palestinians a great advantage due to their lying obsession and talents. Their levels of deception might be second only to the Nazis. The liberals who follow them do so because their egos are boosted by flattering self-righteousness. They loudly preach because that boosts their egos. The pro-Palestinian propaganda knows how to take great advantage of those sentiments. Those liberals hardly ever care about the causes they support, and they show very little interest in studying the facts.
The Palestinian supporters don't care at all about the Palestinian people. We know this because 1. They don't care at all when Palestinian groups, such as Hamas and the PLO, murder Palestinians. 2. They do nothing to stop the hatred that very young Palestinians are indoctrinated into from a very young age, even that it is that hatred that causes the Palestinian suffering. Shame on them millions of times. 3. They are against the Palestinian people leaving the Gaza Strip to better their lives. Instead, they want them to keep suffering and be used as anti-Israeli propaganda. 4. They never criticize Hamas for preventing the Palestinian people from sheltering inside the 700 kilometers tunnel system to save their lives. 5. To the contrary, the Palestinian propaganda thrives on the Palestinian suffering and casualties. They are very hypocritical.
Elohim's plan allows the devil temporary success in dragging the world towards destruction. Part of the reason Israel is often losing the media battles is because we cannot interrupt Elohim's plan. The leaders of the pro-Palestinian protests have probably given their souls to the devil. It is hard to believe that they are not fully aware that their works are lies and deception. Not much we can do to turn their hearts into good. Our focus should be on saving millions of foolish youngsters who so blindly fall into the trap of the Palestinian propaganda. This will be achieved by addressing individuals within your families and communities. We should see many successes by rescuing people from the bottom up. In this battle, the Palestinians' lies should play to our advantage. Those works should not be left for Israeli officials. It must be done by you and millions of other good-hearted people around the world.
A word about the Israeli officials: the current government is the most religious in Israel's history. They should have been attracting Elohim's grace. Yet, the reality is that they became the most unloving government in our history. They include a number of very wicked, corrupt, and selfish members. They have made critical mistakes with the legal reform and ended up chasing away the grace of Elohim. I compare them to the rabbis and the zealots of 2,000 years ago, who were very religious and yet dragged Israel to her biggest defeats during her revolts against the Romans. This is even when Elohim promised the land of Israel to the Israelis and not to the pagan Romans. We who are supporters of Israel must address those issues. Read about those issues in the Elohim and His Love site.
Please subscribe and share our YouTube channel and watch our other videos about the subject and about Elohim and his plans for the world and for Israel. www.youtube.com/@ElohimLoveAndWorld. Watch our mini-series, The Palestinians, the Invaders. They serve a critical role in the devil's plans to steal your soul. Please read Elohim and His Love site about world-changing teachings to guide and protect you. Elohim's plan is filled with love, truths, and justice. www.patreon.com/loveofeloheim. Written by Atan Katz. AI is used only for presentation purposes.